other people.
Shahid Ali
So
is
don't
joining
compare
us.
the two. There is
Shahid
no comparison.
Ali,
If there is, do have a survey.
the fact is there are hundreds of complaints.
Taken away
one second. Let me go to Shahid Ali also. Shahid Ali, there are hundreds of complaints of the land mafia, Bhu Mafia as it's called in Uttar Pradesh, taking over Waqf land. Keshav Prasad Maurya, the Deputy Chief Minister, says once this survey is over, the state will decide what to do, whether it is under the Waqf board. The Sunni Waqf board alone in Uttar Pradesh, one state, apparently owns 2 lakh properties. Now, aap bataiye, if these are illegally encroached, then why should the poor Muslim suffer because some, land sharks, some powerful, some rich Muslims who are part of this Waqf board, kabza kar rahe hain sare zameen ke?
First of all, I would like to tell your viewers that the survey which the government is saying that we will conduct survey has already been conducted under the Act. Survey, without being survey, no property can be included in the Waqf property. There is a complete procedure. What are the Waqf properties and how a Waqf will come into being? How the property will be dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by Muslims, and a property can be dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only if he is the owner of that property. That is the Waqf property.
No, but Shahid Ali Saab, the last survey before before the Waqf properties got declared was in 1989. 30-40 saal ho gaye.
Sir, if you will not allow me, then
I am allowing you, but you are saying that it has happened on the basis of a survey. Survey happened 30 years ago.
Sir, people will go with the narrative which is being published nowadays, which is being in the air nowadays. What is the Waqf? Waqf is the work in respect of the properties which were owned by Muslims only. Because earlier, in the beginning of the report, you said that some of the properties were transferred by the government illegally in favor of the Waqf. So no government could have transferred any property in favor of Waqf. Only Waqf properties could have been included in the list of the Waqf. And there is
Sir, we recently had a case in Tamil Nadu, not in Uttar Pradesh. Shahid Ali Saab, ek baat sun lijiye. We had a case, aapko bhi parichay hoga, a case that happened in the state of Tamil Nadu. 1 second. A case that happened in the state of Tamil Nadu where 6 villages, land of 6 villages was being claimed by the local Waqf board there. People could not sell their land. There was no business transaction allowed on that land of 6 villages in Trichy because the Waqf board had claimed that land. ऐसे भी हुआ है ना?
Will you please allow me?
No, I will, but you are not answering my question.
Yes,
you are saying Waqf will only claim property that is allocated to Waqf. I am giving you one instant recently that happened 2 weeks ago of property that belonged to other people, ordinary common residents, that Waqf was claiming.
Properties are only those properties which have been specifically dedicated to Waqf board by the peoples, those who are the owners.
Sir,
so please stop all
the reality is that Waqf board is claiming, and across states, for example, in the state of Karnataka, we had the Bangalore Eidgah Maidan story where this ground was being claimed by the local Eidgah committee there. By all means, they can claim that land, but they did not have any land records or revenue receipts to show that the land was theirs. Neither did they participate in the last survey that happened in 1964. These are all live examples that I am giving you.
To say that Honorable Supreme Court has passed a wrong order.
Sir, this has nothing to do with the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court order was on allowing a particular festival, the Ganesh Chaturthi, to happen there. That is a different matter. The Supreme Court has not passed any order on the ownership of that land. But let me come to Professor Badri Narayan. The political argument, Professor Badri Narayan, the political argument being made by Akhilesh Yadav, by Asduddin Owaisi, by Congress, is that all of this is being done to polarize so that the pot is kept simmering, so that electorally it benefits the BJP. In UP, we don't have an election for another 4.5 years. So I'm not sure this polarization argument, or please enlighten us how this polarization argument holds water if the next election in this state is 4.5 years away.
You are very right. Actually, election is not too near. And any polarization act takes place when the elections come. So we should not see it in that frame. Actually, there are two meanings of this act. One is the meaning of the state. A state always document and survey of its zones, its zone of governance or control. And any part of the society can't be remain aloof of that. It should be documented. It should be surveyed. Either it's a religious arena or social arena or cultural arena. Either it's the minority or the majority. It's a natural process. It works in everywhere, not only in India, all over the world. The state works in the same way. So documentation and survey is the basic work of the state to know to whom they want to govern.
Okay.
So they have to govern the society. They have to govern the state. So that's one meaning. Second meaning is that the communal color of the Governance Act, which political parties are trying to give, politicians are free to do that, and they always do that. But you are very right that this is not the Polarization Act for election. This is
so
the
then what is the intent? What is the intent behind this move then?
Zones which are not yet in the zones which are not
Dr. Badri Narayan, then what is the intent?
I think no one should
what is the intention behind doing this now? Because if it's not about polarization, because the next election is far, far away, then what is the intent of doing this move now?
As I said, that this is not in that way the polarizational intention, the act which carries polarization intention.
Okay.
This is the act of the governance of the zones which are not yet well surveyed and well documented, where there are a lot of problems, as you said, in the many cases. There are reportings that these work board lines are not well documented, they have not records, they have not the papers, and this is making them a kind of regularize the entire process.
Okay, so regularization of these lands. Let me